yeah, we want retribution. Retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. Boil up with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration. Beat in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make greatness look complacent. Adrenaline awakened, I can taste it. We can make an impact, grab and then taste it. Like a disease, bring to their knees. No taste is there to see. Just like the weed.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am the one and only DJ Storms, and I would like to welcome each and every single one of you back here to the channel as we are streaming live on 4 different platforms. We are streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, X, and Rumble with plenty, and I mean plenty, of content to talk about. This is the official countdown for Vindication, part number 2, as we sit less than 3 months away from Rutherford's biggest wrestling event to date and St. Mary High School's first professional wrestling event in 7 years. And as you can see, we also have another big announcement that Off the Rails part number 2, Off the Rails 2026, has been confirmed for the Clifton Boys and Girls Club on May 30th, 2026. And I'm telling you, we got a lot of material to talk about. But as you can see, I am not alone. Back with me is a good friend of mine, one of my lead commentators. He is Maryland's motor mouth, Mr. Mean Mark Donovan. How you doing, Mark?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure to be back and to talk about a show once again affiliated with another great promotion in ECPW, not just Victory Pro. Friends from all over the Northeast, all these great promotions. First, we got to thank all these guys for always letting us collab and be a part of your show. It's awesome and just such class and the utmost respect, treated great and all that good stuff. I cannot wait for Vindication. Yeah, I guess I'll get your plugs out of the way too. Everyone can follow me on X at Hibiki2MD and on YouTube, HibikiTMD. Everything retro gaming, pro wrestling, horror movies, heavy metal, you name it. If it's nerdy, we got it. Also impersonations. Did you know? Rowdy Roddy Piper, from him to, hey dudes, what's the deal, man? Hulk Hogan himself. Get over there, check us out on YouTube, Hibiki2MD.
I see we got Danielle, one of my old friends from back in the day. Danielle, how you doing? I hope that you are doing fantastic on this very cold Thursday evening as the East Coast is set to endure over a foot of snow this weekend. I can't stand it, but I know I'm going to be shoveling a lot, and I mean a lot, over the course of the next 40 to 72 hours. But as far as me, you can follow me on X and on Instagram at HistoryMakerDJS. One more time, that is at HistoryMakerDJS, both on X and Instagram. You can also follow me on Facebook. You can like the official DJ Storms business page, and I may just send you an invite to join the official DJ Storms posse group on Facebook. That is, all those links are in the description. We're also live on Rumble as we speak. Go check me out over on Rumble. If you would like to donate to the channel and potentially buy some merch, whether it be t-shirts, wristbands, baseball caps, or official DJ Storm switchblade combs, you can donate to my Venmo. My Venmo is the DJ Storms, or excuse me, it's just DJ Storms. My Venmo is DJ Storms, and my Cashapp is the $, the DJ Storms. Both of those links are in the description of this very video. Also, be sure, if you haven't already done so, like the stream, share it out on all platforms of social media, let everyone know that we're live talking about Vindication. And of course, if you would like to buy tickets for Vindication and the newly announced Off the Rails, they are $20 in advance. You can Venmo or Cashapp me, or you can get them for $25 at the door. It is certainly going to be one hell of a pathway to Vindication. And of course, be sure, if you have not already done so, to let everyone know about the upcoming wrestling events that we got going on. We have multiple guests coming on tonight, and I do believe that one guest is currently waiting to be introduced. Let's see if we can bring him on right now. We're waiting to see if he can come on. But ladies and gentlemen, hold on. We got more guests coming on as we speak. So as we wait for the world champ of CCW to get hooked up, ladies and gentlemen, I see that we got ourselves
T-Mobile F30. 40.
T-Mobile F30. Who's speaking? Who's speaking there?
You got the password on this? We're trying to connect.
Micah, Seth, can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you see us?
No, right now you guys are completely black. Black screen.
You better clarify that.
There we go. Hold on a minute. While the Audacity, they're getting their technological material all in order, why don't we introduce perhaps the greatest CCW World Heavyweight Champion of all time. Ladies and gentlemen, this man main evented the first ever Battle in the Borough on October 19th, 2024, successfully defending the CCW heavyweight title against the timeless Crowbar. He is currently surpassed 520 plus days as the Colossal Championship Wrestling World Heavyweight Champion. Ladies and gentlemen, here with us live is the Greek god, Papa Don, the Alpha and Omega of professional wrestling. Mr. Papa Don, how are you this fine evening? Can't hear you, bro.
May be muted accidentally.
No. He's good on my end. Telling you, is Savage still causing these technological issues? I can't hear you, bro. As far your video's coming in just fine.
It's this one, right?
Yeah.
Your video's coming in just fine, Mr. Papa Don. I can't hear you.
Yeah.
7C.
Yeah, I know. Danielle, there's so many technological issues going around here. It's unbelievable. Trust me, people. We'll get this.
At least we'll make it to Botchamania this week.
I'm telling you. No, I can't hear you now, bro. I don't know what's going on, man. I'm telling you. I think Savage is trying to sabotage my stream again. Telling you, it's unbelievable. He's going to try and fix that up. Micah, Seth, how you doing over there?
Can you hear us?
I can hear you. I can't see you.
How about now?
Now we can see it. There we go. There we go. Now we got some cooking over here. And hopefully Papa Don, he can work out his technological issues sooner rather than later. But ladies and gentlemen, these two gentlemen, perhaps the best tag team on the East Coast right now.
On the
tag
planet.
team champions everywhere they go. Current reigning and defending Colossal Championship Wrestling World Tag Team Champions. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Micah and Seth Cortez, collectively known as The Audacity. How are you two gentlemen this evening?
We are alive.
We're doing good. Thanks for having us, dude.
Not a problem, man. And hopefully we'll all still be alive after this treacherous weekend ahead of us where we got over 1.5 feet of snow coming.
That's what I heard. You guys are getting hit too?
Yeah, I'm actually getting like It's 12 to 18 inches. He's getting about 15.
Ay.
It's certainly not going to be too fun. I'll tell you that. But regardless, gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us here. Hopefully, we will have Greek God Papa Don joining us back here very soon. Yeah, here we go.
Where'd he go?
He's trying to get his mic working again. Before, his mic wasn't working. His video was working just fine. His mic wasn't working before. So hopefully we'll be able to get him back sooner rather than later. He's currently waiting in the studio. Hopefully his camera comes on. Here we go. Let's see. Papa Don, how we doing?
Nice.
We still can't hear you.
Someone tell that Mike to fucking lay down and do the job. Come on,
Yeah,
Mike.
I know, right? Yeah, me, Mark Donovan knows what's up. I'm telling you. It's unbelievable. But either way,
well, he gets to look at us, so more than enough.
Well, hopefully we shouldn't have too much more technological issues. I don't know what's going on here, but in the meantime, while Papa Don tries to fix up his mic again, hopefully we'll be able to fix it up sooner rather than later. Micah, Seth, where can everyone find you on social media?
On social media, oh boy. On Instagram and I believe Twitter, it is MC_Audacity. And
Mine is SC_Audacity on Instagram. I'm not on anything else.
And trust me when I tell you, sometimes I don't feel as though there's a reason to be on anything else. Sometimes I have trouble keeping up with my social medias, and I only have 3.
There's too many.
yeah, I have Facebook, but I have no idea what my name is on there because I try not to use it. So,
Amen.
I'm telling you, I think we may very well have Papa Don wrestling his own electrical equipment in a minute.
Nice.
But we got a lot to talk about, and that's for sure. Micah, Seth, now you two gentlemen have perhaps the biggest match of your careers coming up this Saturday, as you two will face Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows, collectively known as the Good Brothers, perhaps one of the biggest matches in CCW history. It is perhaps the biggest tag team match that we have ever seen. And this right here could be a defining match in your careers. Could you please talk to us about what this match specifically means to you two gentlemen?
honestly, it's an honor to have the opportunity to get to step in the ring with them again. Luke Gallows, this will be the 3rd time we're stepping in the ring with him. But yeah, it's just it kind of just shows that, you know, these companies have they have faith in us, you know, to put on a good show, put on a good match with 2 legends. So it's pretty cool.
It certainly is crazy to even think, because I wasn't even thinking that this was possible. But Mario Melendez, shout out to Mario Melendez, the promoter over at CCW, for putting this match together. Now, here is an announcement that I would like to throw out there, and this is a big one. This is certainly a big one. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't already know, now you know. The Audacity will be live in Rutherford, New Jersey at Vindication on April 11th, 2026. And hopefully now Papa Don's mic will be working. How you doing, brother?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Now I can hear you.
Yes.
Finally, we got something brewing here. Greek God Papa Don. Now we got the tag team champs and probably the greatest world champ in CCW history.
What do you mean probably?
How you doing?
Fuck you mean probably?
It's definitely.
It's definitely, yes. 520 plus days and counting. And believe me when I tell you, he also has a major match coming up this Saturday. But before we do, Mr. Papa Don, let me ask you, where can everyone find you on social media?
At Greek God Papa on the IG and on X. Demetrius Papa on Facebook. Greek God Papa is the YouTube channel. You can go subscribe, like, comment, share, and Pro Wrestling Tees / Greek God Pop It On is where you can get your GGP merch.
And believe me when I tell you, you are going to want to go out and support GGP because he has one hell of a fight coming to him on Saturday. As you can see, 520-plus day reigning Papadon will defend the CCW World Heavyweight Championship against one of New York's greatest fighters, Mr. P.J. Savage. Now, we did get some comments from the Audacity earlier about what their match with the Good Brothers means to them. Mr. Papadon, what does this match mean to you?
Just another day in the office for me, Sunshine. I mean, PJ, let's address him by his full name, Mr. Peanut Butter Jelly Man. I want you to understand something. A couple more days of my reign, and my number of days will match your weight. So we'll have that in common. But other than that, it's just another day in the office for me. Not to take anything away from him. He's a very skilled competitor. He's young, he's big, he's tough, and he moves very well for a man his size. Is that me echoing right now?
No, here. I think we got multiple people on their phones. I'm on my laptop. Try speaking now.
So he moves very well for his size, and I can't take that away from him. But let's face facts. I fear no man. And he steps into my world. All I'm going to do is toss him a beating of his life, and then he can go back to the bodega where he's from and go talk to his steel. You know which one, the one that sells the coca in the back, you know, and tell him about the greatest day of his life was sharing a ring with GGP.
Certainly as confident as ever, but I'd actually like to open up the floor to Mean Mark Donovan. You got any questions for our three guests here tonight?
First to the Audacity. Big time match, big time incentive. The world traveled Good Brothers. My God, these guys, like we said, have been and done it all. Well, I don't think a lot of people, it's a question I feel like's right there, but people don't ask it enough. How do you deal with nerves in that situation? How do you manage them? How do you push them aside and say, get the fuck out of here? We're here to get a job done. You focus. You just got tunnel vision. What do you do to prepare mentally and just get in that mindset?
Honestly, I don't do a damn thing different. I just, do whatever I do in the morning, wake up, think about working out first. That's the first thing I get done. And then get to the road. And when we get there, I just get a little nervous for a little bit. And then I just don't think about it anymore and just shut it out.
Yeah, we've been through enough tag team matches with big names and everything. So this is definitely the biggest match, that we've had with the biggest names. So there's a little bit of nerves, but we know we can hang. So the 24th, we're definitely gonna give it our all because these guys have been everywhere. You guys know they've been New Japan, AEW, WWE, they've been everywhere. So it's actually a big challenge for us, but not really nervous, but we're just gonna go in there and do our best.
We'll get the job done.
Excellent. And my question for Papa Don, it's ironic the event's called Legacy because the Greek lineage in pro wrestling, what does it mean to you? Because we all know you carry quite the chip on your shoulder, which is well-deserved. But what does it mean to you to be able to pass that tradition on for your heritage? And potentially, have you thought in maybe passing that along to some of these up-and-comers, maybe kind of in a mentor role in the future?
Well, I'm going to be very honest with you, and fuck them. Meaning that they want it, they got to take it from me. I'm not passing anything along. Some of these kids nowadays, they have that sense of entitlement. They want the top spot. They want a legacy similar to mine. 26 years in the business, 26 years of wrestling all over the world, 26 years of main eventing every company I've been in, winning titles in every company that I've wrestled in, and having banger after banger after banger and giving the people their money's worth. I've earned it. They want that heritage. They want that legacy. They need to earn it. And they got to earn it by taking the torch away from me. And that's not happening anytime soon, because at my age, at 48 years old, 48 years young, I run circles around these 20-year-olds and these 30-year-olds. I don't get blown up in that ring. You can ask the Audacity. They've seen me go. They see me at training. I school kids nowadays. These cats can't hang with me. And I'm not laying down and I'm not passing anything along. If someone wants it, they got to take it from my hands, my dead hands. They got to pry it out of me. And if they could do that, then they earned it. Then they can carry the torch to the next generation or whatever the case may be. But until then, sorry, Sunshine, this is my game. And you know what? I do have a legacy. It was invented by the Greeks, and the Greeks invented everything in this world. We are the forefathers of civilization. It could be from an academic point of view. It could be from an astronomical or astrological point of view. It could be from a mathematical point of view. It could be just from a physical point of view. Every attribute in society today, every pastime that you've seen, every holiday we celebrate, 89, maybe 93% of the English language, all derives from the Greek language, all derives from Greeks. So you're welcome.
And with that being said, I would actually like to take this time to announce something rather important. As you know, Papa Don has been carving one hell of a legacy for himself. And with the most recent announcement of Off the Rails 2026, as you can see on the front of that poster, Greek god Papa Don will be involved in this event. How? Well, you ask and I will tell. Because the main event of Off the Rails 2026 will be a fatal four-way match for the Savage Heavyweight Championship. And the first participant will be none other than the Greek god Papa Don himself. And for those of you asking why, it is quite simple. Papa Don, whenever he shows up in North Jersey, he has been undefeated. He beat Crowbar at Battle in the Borough 1. A few weeks later in Rutherford, he defeated Colton Charles at an ISPW event. And most recently, which we will go over and we will actually display right here on this show, he got a tag team victory alongside Rick Recon against the Silk City Kings back at Battle in the Borough 2. He is unpinned, unsubmitted, undefeated, not one blemish on his record here in North Jersey. And we will take a look at how he got his most recent win here at Battle in the Borough 2. Ladies and gentlemen, take a look.
Cutter!
Oh, Pittman's on the top rope.
Frog splash!
Oh, Recon's gotta be done.
Best served cold. Recon's on ice. Now Papa Don.
Oh my God!
Ring.
That was a 3. Unbelievable.
That is disgusting.
Typical Papa Don.
And Papa Don.
Oh!
No!
Pittman going after Papa Don accidentally took out the ref.
Pittman took out the ref.
Oh,
the referee is out for
turning
the
to
time
chaos.
being.
Absolutely. Oh no! Pittman into the post.
Papa Don knew that we were going to see Kenny Bengal beat Rick Recon again. Lightning was about to strike twice. And now Bengal, body avalanche to the, wait a minute, Recon's
got a bat.
Wait a minute, Recon's out of it for the time being, and Papa Don tried to get the baseball bat.
And now Recon has it.
Recon!
Oh, Bengal
got the bat. Bengal with the scissor kick. Oh my God! And the same bat that Recon used to cost the Silk City Kings the title.
But we don't have a ref.
May have just cost them once again.
Oh, here comes the ref.
Here comes Sean Pashota. And history will not repeat itself.
Unbelievable. I cannot believe that victory was stolen from Kenny Bengal like that.
It was certainly a win for the ages in the co-main event of Battle in the Borough 2. So here will be my question to Papa Don, and then we will go back to the Audacity. Mr. Papa Don, as we sit here in January, and as we look forward to Off the Rails, and you will be main eventing Off the Rails for the first time after being in the main event and the co-main event of Battle in the Borough 2. What are your thoughts going into this match at Off the Rails in May?
Well, it's very simple. I've been telling you people that the Greeks invented everything. We invented mathematics. When you're in the ring with another competitor, you have a 50-50 chance of winning that match. This now, I'm in a fatal four-way, which reduces my winning chances from 50% to 25%. So, with that being said, my chances of winning are limited. But if you take into account that I am superior, you can add a handicap of another 75% to my 25%, which gives me 100%, which means that I get to win the match just by entering in the building and being in the main event yet again for another one of your events, which is 3 for 3, because you know that's my home to be in the main event. So with me batting at 100%, the other 3 individuals dilute their 25% in winning, and it goes to 0%. So if you do the math like I just did, and it's elementary, my dear Watson, GGP will walk out your new Savage heavyweight champion and add another belt to the long list of titles that I've won to my arsenal, and steal another show and put asses in seats and draw another house, because that's what GGP does.
And it certainly will be
Big
a
Papa Don.
What was that, Mark?
Big Papa Don pump. Steiner math. I love the Steiner math.
See? How come you don't have your camera on? Are you that ugly that we can't see you?
I let the voice make the money.
Trust me, the voice will be making the money at Off the Rails. But Micah and Seth, you two, you have actually been involved in all of my shows. You were involved at Off the Rails as well. You got a victory over the Silk City Kings at Off the Rails back in 2025 on May 31st. But most recently at Battle in the Borough 2, you two did have a little bit of a hard time with 2 individuals that you fought for the first time ever. I'm talking about Misery Inc. I'm talking about Troy Locke and V. Daniel. If you can, take a look. We will see how Battle in the Borough unfolded. For the Real Shoot Wrestling World Tag Team titles. And now is Seth trying to pull himself up by the referee. And now Seth trying to tag his partner. And Seth is being prevented by Troy Locke. Troy Locke holding the right leg. Tag. Wait a minute. V. Daniel made the blind tag. I don't think the Audacity realizes. Oh, look out. And now Troy Locke trying to fight off the Audacity. The Audacity does not realize that V. Daniel made the blind tag.
V. Daniel being the legal man.
V. Daniel's on the outside right now. Oh! And now the Audacity sends Troy Locke to the floor.
Problem is, Troy Locke is not the legal man.
They have not realized. It is unbelievable. V. Daniel is being incredibly stealthy right now. I don't even know. I don't think they even hear what the referee is talking about. And now they're going up to the top. The obscene elbow. But V. Daniel, wait, look at V. Daniel. They haven't even realized.
He's at the top rope.
V. Daniel's on the top rope. Here's the cover, but V. Daniel, coup de grace. V. Daniel with the cover.
He goes for it. 2.
Misery Inc. retain the tag team title.
Still your tag team champ.
Now, one thing that I noticed in that match, and more so specifically Seth, you really turned up the aggression in that match. Does the strategy change going into the match on Saturday against the Good Brothers?
I think so. It depends on who's in the ring. You know, if Carl Anderson's in the ring, I might turn up the aggression. Obviously, I'm not going to match the aggression with Luke Gallows, but you'll see, like, if you see us on the fence, you know, we're gonna have to, you know, switch plans up. You know, we really don't go in with too much strategy, as long as the match is on the offense. I think we'll be okay. We'll
Honestly, I
we'll
don't
try
think
to avoid.
we don't really need strategy. We just we're actual brothers. Like the Good Brothers are brothers because they've been on the road all these years, but we've been in each other's lives every single day of our lives. So we have the chemistry that we need, and we could take them out without any strategy. We just look at each other and we know what we're thinking, and we're gonna get the job done.
Well, strategy or not, there is something that must be applauded here. I've mentioned Papa Don's legendary reign as CCW World Heavyweight Champion multiple times throughout this stream. I actually want to shift gears here. I actually want to mention your reign as TCW World Tag Team Champions. You guys have held those championships for over a year now. I would love to know, what has it meant to you to represent TCW over the course of the last year?
It means a lot. I mean, we love TCW. They gave us an opportunity, and we took it. We took it immediately. We got their championship belts, and no one's been able to take it from us. And our manager, he's given us days off that we could defend our belts in your company and other places. We have so many different opponents, and it's not just Titan, it's everyone, CCW, and everywhere we go, we just keep collecting belts, and just we're the best.
It's been it's been something, to say the least, to see you collect belts everywhere.
First
that
of all,
you go.
Can I interject?
Go ahead.
I know these two individuals for a very long time, and I introduced them to the management team at CCW that got them for their foot in the door, and I vouched for these guys because of their talent, and they're very talented. And any accolades that they accomplish, they do it on their own, and it's warranted because how talented they are. That's the first thing. Second thing is, I know these two guys a long time, and they're being way too nice for this podcast. They're trying to play the nice guy role. I don't know if it's cerebral warfare and they're trying to trick their opponents, but those two guys are killers right there. And the Good Brothers will have a hard time trying to hold those two guys down for the 1, 2, 3. Trust me when I tell you that. And lastly, I don't know if you guys realize this. Maybe you should have protested that last match you had for DJ Storm over here, because that guy wasn't the legal man, but the referee had the count of 5 to get the legal man out of the ring. Otherwise, it's disqualification. And he was sitting there with his hands in his pocket, not counting the 5.
Yeah.
He got bamboozled and hoodwinked because of the referee. You had that match won. So with that being said, I would put a protest for that loss and file it over here with DJ Storms and his legal team and try to get that victory back or a rematch, because you can eat those boys' lunch any day of the week and twice on Sunday.
Honestly, everything you said is true. I mean, I couldn't agree more. I was going to get to that. Misery Inc., take nothing away from them. They're tough little bastards, but we know they had that referee in their pocket. We got screwed.
Well, I can tell you this. I can assure you that there was no intentional screw job whatsoever, but considering that you two will be in the building for Vindication, I can assure you I will have 2 opponents that will certainly put you two to the test, and I will announce that in the coming weeks. As far as Off the Rails goes, and the match with Papa Don and the Fatal 4-Way for the Savage Heavyweight Championship, there will be qualifying matches going down at Vindication to decide who will join Papa Don in that match. And one of them, as many of you could possibly guess, will be none other than Oxx Adams and PJ Savage. PJ Savage, of course, the man that is taking on Papa Don for the CCW Heavyweight Championship. Let's talk about this match, and I'd like to go around the table here and get all of your predictions on this match. This match right here is 11 months in the making. PJ was actually supposed to be involved in the initial Savage Heavyweight Championship tournament back at Off the Rails. He had to pull out due to personal issues. He made his monumental return to professional wrestling back at Battle in the Borough 2. It was a monumental night. And one of those monumental moments happened to be PJ Savage returning and standing forehead to forehead with Oxx Adams. Let me start with the world champ, Papa Don. What are your thoughts on this match, and who can you see walking out as the Savage heavyweight champion going into that fatal four-way at Off the Rails?
Well, both individuals are very big, very strong. Obviously, Greek Savage sees something in Oxx Adams. Otherwise, he wouldn't have manipulated him and, financially take advantage of him like he does, because we all know how Greek Savage does business. But the guy is very talented. He is an Ox. And this is going to be a battle of the Haas, if you ask me. Two big men, whether it's Andre and John Studd or any other two big guys, Sid Vicious versus The Undertaker, whatever the case may be. This is going to be a hard-hitting. If I was a fan, I would want this match to emulate something from All Japan from the early 90s, whether it's Brody versus Hansen or Hansen versus Funk or whatever the case may be. Just a big Pier Sixer of a brawl where these two men just give it its all, because there's a championship on the line. And when you're winning championships, and I don't have to explain this to the Audacity, as they've won many tag team championships, and I've won many championships in my career, both singles and tags. When you're the champ, you got a championship purse, which means you make more money. So everyone's in this for the wrestling business, for the business aspect, to make some scarol. So obviously, whoever wins the title, gets a bigger payday, bigger percentage of the gate. But it don't matter, because then they got to face me. So whether it's PJ Savage or Oxx Adams, at the end of the day, whoever wins the match, which is going to be a bona fide Pier Sixer, use your tears to polish up that championship. Because in that four-way, it's coming home with the Alpha and Omega, guaranteed.
As confident as ever. Let's throw it over to the Audacity. Let's start with Micah. Who can you see winning this match?
Honestly, if you want me to be completely honest, I could care less, because I only care about myself and in my match. But I could imagine PJ getting the win. He's a tough bastard. I've seen him in the ring before, and I think he's got what it takes.
Seth?
I agree. I think PJ, he's got that, he's got that Taz build. I think if he's got that lower center of gravity, I think he's gonna, take it to Oxx. I think he can outlast Oxx, even though they're both big dudes. I think Oxx is a little bigger, but I think PJ's gonna catch him with something. I think PJ's gonna take this one.
Well, two brothers going with Big Savage to take that Savage Heavyweight Championship. The championship that Savage has said bears his name. Mean Mark Donovan, let me hear you.
Well, I know we've had tons of technical difficulties throughout the show tonight. I actually never got to ask the Audacity what I had in store for my question last round. So let me go ahead, if I may, if that's right, then I'll get to the prediction of this match real quick. Gentlemen, first of all, it's so awesome to talk to you again. Interviewed you at last year's Off the Rails. 3 parts real quick. 1, who came up with the insane elbow? Number 2, is it harder to actually keep the belts now that you got targets on your back for the better part of a year? Or is it harder for that struggle to finally capture the gold? And number 3, I asked you then, I ask you now, I'll ask it anytime I see you guys, because who knows, the answer might change. It might catch a retro match. Who knows? Legion of Doom, Powers of Pain, or Demolition?
Ooh. To answer the last question, I'll say Legion of Doom.
Legion of Doom, definitely, easily.
Special guest over here. What was the middle question? I forgot.
Is it actually harder now in retrospect, a year out, to keep those belts now that you've had that target on your back week after week, day after day? Or is it harder to actually that struggle to finally capture the gold? Which is it?
I think usually it's harder to actually capture the gold, because, not for us, because we know we're going to kick anyone's ass who steps in the ring with us, but to actually get that opportunity. Sometimes people, bring you on board and then they're iffy about you, but once they see us kick ass for the first time, then we usually immediately will get a title shot. And then to hold on to it, no, it ain't difficult holding on to it. We just need better opponents, and that's why this Saturday we finally got some actual opponents.
Very nice. And the obscene elbow, who came up with that one?
It was kind of both of us. It was it made me think of what was it, Trip to Nastyville? Was that the move?
Yeah.
Yeah. It seems like the ultimate like the ultimate nod to like a Legion of Doom finish mixed with like a demolition.
Oh,
Throw him in a blender.
Is he?
Well, we do two finishes: the obscene elbow, and then the other one is the martyr machine, which is more Legion of Doom like, where I'll have him on my shoulders, and my brother will drop kick him from the top rope. So,
And lastly, to answer your question, DJ, the one thing Oxx Adams has going for him, yes, PJ Savage has all the momentum in the world, but he does not have the Greek Savage, and that ace is always up the sleeve. I got Oxx Adams. I got him retaining.
And that actually plays into my next question, and it has to do with off the rails. That's why I would like to shift things back to Greek god Papadon for 1 second. As you know, making your debut at Off the Rails, main eventing Off the Rails, I would actually like to ask about our champion currently, Oxx Adams. Let's say he retains the championship. He will be going into this fatal four-way being managed by the same man that managed you at the first ever battle in the borough when you successfully defended the CCW Heavyweight Championship against Crowbar. I would actually like to ask, will that play into effect in any way? Because Greek Savage chose to manage Oxx Adams and gift him a spot in the Savage Heavyweight Championship tournament and not you.
You've done your homework. I'm surprised, and I'm very pleased because a lot of people just like to blow hot wind. But no, to your answer, meaning that it's not going to play anything. Look, Greek Savage, he's a hustler, and I got him to the main event of the first show where I put the timeless one in timeout single-handedly without even breaking a sweat. And he decided to back another horse because he saw how tall he was. Well, this is in the NBA. You don't need to be 7 foot tall in order to be considered a great wrestler. At the end of the day, he backed the wrong horse and he made a mistake. And I'm not talking about his fashion sense because we know that's a mistake within itself. But he did make a mistake, and it'll be that much more gratifying when I win the championship and I rub it in his face and tell him "Skase vere malaka," and he knows what that means. And yeah, that's basically it. I mean, look, at the end of the day, Oxx Adams is a big motherfucker, and he's strong, and he has a bright future if he keeps his nose clean. And that's not a drug reference; it's an old school reference, and his head on straight. But let's face facts, man. I don't care. Like I just said, I don't care if he's 7'4". I don't care if he's 3'6". I don't care if he's jacked to the gills. I don't care if he's a fat fuck or a skinny twerp. There's only one alpha and omega of professional wrestling, and that's me. And no one does what I do, both on the mic and in that ring. I'm a ring general. I'm the greatest unsigned talent there is today, the extreme technician. So the bigger they are, as cliche as it is, the harder they're going to fall. And as far as our little math lesson we just had a couple minutes ago, courtesy of Professor Papadon, he has a 0% chance of winning. So there you go.
I'm actually very interested to see how that match plays out, and I will be on the call for that main event. Speaking of big guys, the man that you defeated at the first battle in the borough will certainly have a huge mountain to climb, as the timeless Crowbar will be fighting none other than the Dominican Destroyer. I'm talking about Vargas. Little history lesson here. Back at the last Rescue Mania ever, back on October 6th, 2019, I was on the call for the very first time. This match was the main event. This match ended in a no contest on that day, on October 6th, 2019. These two would then fight again, actually 2 years ago this month, when Crowbar was the ISPW heavyweight champion, and Crowbar defeated Vargas via a countout. Crowbar has not pinned Vargas's shoulders to the mat. He will have a chance to do that. Will we get a definitive end to this rivalry? We will have to wait until April 11th at Vindication, which, by the way, Rutherford, Crowbar's hometown. So it will certainly be an interesting, and I mean an interesting, clash of the Titans. Mark, let me get your analysis about this match. This was recently announced a couple of days ago. Who do you see winning this match?
My goodness, dare I say, nearly impossible to call. One man's crazy, the other's nuts. It's going to be a war, but if I have to call it at the end of the day, I got to go the youth in this. I got to go Vargas.
Really? It looks like we got a Vargas Mark. I guess we should start calling him Vargas Mark Donovan now. Micah, Seth, let's hear your expertise analysis on this match. Who can you see winning this match on April 11th?
I'm going to stick with Crowbar. I've teamed with him. We've teamed with him at Outlaw Wrestling a bunch of times, and we know how he works. We know we've watched him when we were growing up, and he's a vet, and he hasn't missed a step. So sticking with Crowbar.
Yeah, it's going to be in his hometown. He's got the extra motivation. I think he's taking him out. I think Vargas is going down definitely on that one.
Greek God, Papa Don, this should be an interesting one for you. Please analyze this match and give us your prediction.
Well, this match, it's almost like poetry. It rhymes. Because you mentioned Crowbar wrestled Vargas when he was the ISPW champion. Lo and behold, the tables have turned because now Vargas is the ISPW champion. So it's the tale of two cities from two different demographics, from two multiverses. And now they're going to intertwine and they're going to tear the house down. For even though I put Crowbar in timeout, the dude is amazing. He is the timeless one, and he is a wrestling machine. Vargas is a wrestling monster, and he has a lot of talent, a lot of talent. So this is going to be a match that's going to go down in infamy, and I don't know who's going to win. I take that back. The fans are going to win, because if the wind blows a little to the left, it might go in Crowbar's direction, and if the wind blows a little bit to the right, it might go in Vargas's direction. But at the end of the day, that match alone, you could put that as a main event on Raw, and it will draw and tear the house down.
Papa Don certainly speaking the thoughts of almost everyone, especially everyone here in this studio right now. And finally, the final confirmed match for the time being. Trust me, there will be more. The final confirmed match for the time being, perhaps the most personal match heading into Vindication. Silk City Kings versus Rick Recon and Ray Calitri in an unsanctioned tornado tag team match. This has been going on since the first battle in the borough, and both of the Audacity and Papa Don, all three of you gentlemen, were there to witness the start of this rivalry. It has been going on for nearly 18 months. We will get a finality to this on April 11th, 2026. Let's start from the bottom. We will work our way all the way up to the top. Greek God Papa Don, what can you see coming out of this match, and who will leave with their hand raised?
Listen, I don't understand what the Silk City Kings problems is. They keep bullying. They keep bothering Recon. They won't leave him alone. He hires me as his tag team partner. We take out the trash. We eliminate them. We defeat them with the simplest of ease. I mean, we out-wrestled them. You saw the great wrestling match we had. We outclassed them. We outshined them. We put them in their place to where they had to go back to their safe space and cry like the bunch of snowflakes that they are. And now they're still coming for more from Recon. So Recon now has to fight in a tornado unsanctioned. Someone's going to get hurt, and it's not going to be Recon. It's not going to be his partner. It will be the Silk City Kings. I don't understand how many times that Rick Recon has to bang their heads from pillar to ring post and knock some sense into these two. Maybe they're just too hard-headed. I don't understand, but I'm going to go with Recon all the way.
Micah and Seth, this is rather interesting because you two were actually involved in a rather pivotal point in this rivalry. It was back at my second show, the first Off the Rails, last May 31st in the Elmwood Park Rec Center. You two defended the TCW World Tag Team titles against the Silk City Kings. Recon was not even scheduled to be in the building, and Recon came out in a hoodie and a mask and bashed both of the Silk City Kings with that symbolic baseball bat that helped him beat the Silk City Kings at Battle in the Borough too.
That's propaganda. We beat them with a drop toe hold. You're spewing propaganda. You're like the CNN of professional wrestling. Stop it.
The footage was quite clear, Mr. Papadon, but regardless, Micah and Seth, please give us your expertise analysis. Who can you see winning this match?
I'm going to go with Ray and Rick Recon because even though during our match against Silk City Kings, like, we clearly didn't need any help, but when he came out and he did what he did, I saw the hatred in his eyes, and I think it's going to be a tall hill to climb for them to accomplish taking Recon out.
Mean Mark Donovan, let's hear your expertise analysis.
I'll be the odd man out. We talked about it last episode. The Silk City Kings have that synergy. The Audacity talked about it earlier. They just have that vibe. They know what each other's going to do before they do it. Rick Recon and Country, how long have they been teaming? Not nearly as long, and have the experience. And the Silk City Kings have momentum at the end of the day. As a team, got to go the Kings.
Well, we certainly have a nice diverse table of analysis here on the Countdown to Vindication part number 2. Let us wrap it up in just a little bit. First things first, I'm going to ask this question to all three of my guests. We will start with the Audacity. What can we expect from you two as the year progresses?
I think you could expect a lot of ass kickings. I think you're just going to expect us to pop up in places you didn't expect, and
More championships.
we're just going to be collecting those golds. We're going to be collecting anything that's on the line. We're going to take it, and doesn't matter who it's against, doesn't matter where it is. It's this is the Audacity, and no one can fuck with us.
And would you say that anyone that steps to you, would it be on site?
Clearly.
You already know.
Just making sure. Mr. Papadon, what can we expect from you as this year progresses?
A lot more pain for my opponents. That's the first thing. Bigger paydays for GGP. That's the second thing. More main events that I'll be in. My home away from home, the main event. More championships. More show-stealing matches where the people go home remembering who GGP is and not saying to themselves, who was the guy in the third or the fourth match that did that flippity-floppity-doopity-doppity move? I'll make that emotional connection and send them home happy and give them their money's worth. Because I am the alpha. I'm the omega. And that this business, this sport of kings, begins and ends with GGP. So it's that simple.
I had a feeling you were going to say that. Mark, you got any final questions for our guests? And then I got one big announcement to make, and then we will wrap this up.
Well, I want to take the time to thank each of you three gentlemen for your time. It was a privilege, a pleasure. And the last thing I would want to be is on the other side of that ring facing any one of these individuals. Gentlemen, it was a pleasure. And always on X at Hibiki2MD on YouTube. Hibiki2MD, retro gaming, pro wrestling, horror movies, heavy metal music, everything that's nerdy and in between. Again, thank you, DJ. We'll see you in April.
Well, before we get out of here, a big announcement as we started off the show with the big announcement, announcing Papa Don's inclusion in the main event of Off the Rails. I do have one more announcement in regards to Off the Rails. Tiffany Grady, she has been making waves around the East Coast, in New York, in New Jersey, in Pennsylvania, all sorts of different companies, whether it be Pro Wrestling Magic, whether it be BPW, doesn't matter. She will be returning to Off the Rails. Last year, she defeated Kate Thorne. This year, she will defend the Victory Pro Wrestling Women's World Championship against a woman to be named. And how will we decide the number one contender for the VPW Women's World Championship? It's quite simple. We will have a number one contenders match going down at Vindication. That will be announced in the coming weeks. So please keep an eye out. Who will fight Tiffany Grady for the VPW Women's World Championship? Well, you're just going to have to wait and see. But one more time, start with the Audacity. Where can everyone find you on social media?
Instagram and Twitter, MC_Audacity, and ProWrestlingTees.com/Audacity.
SC_Audacity on Instagram.
Greek God Papa Don.
For all you Einstein wrestling fans, follow the trend, follow the pattern. It's Greek God Papadon on Instagram. Greek God Papadon on X. Greek God Papadon is the YouTube channel. Pro Wrestling Tees /Greek God Papadon is the Pro Wrestling Tee stores where you can get your GGP merchandise. And on Facebook, it's Demetrius Papadon because I couldn't use Greek God Papadon.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up this edition of the Countdown to Vindication. And Mark, I think you know what question I'm about to ask you next. Who runs the IWC?
I don't want to answer. I don't like that question. You know the answer.
Is that the question?
No, it's uncomfortable. I don't want to answer it.
Now, who runs the IWC? There's only one guy that does it. Who runs it?
We'll sit here and let crickets talk louder than I'll ever say it.
You said it last show. You're gonna say it again. Who runs the IWC?
DJ Storm.
That's right. Mike Seth, you know who runs the IWC?
The Audacity.
The Audacity runs everything.
I had a feeling you guys were going to say
I wouldn't argue with them.
I'm not going to argue with them. We'll see if Papa Don knows the answer. Who runs the IWC, Mr. Papa Don?
In the words of the prophet, the Iron Sheik, fuck the IWC because Papa Don runs the wrestling world, Papa.
I think that's where we end it, ladies and gentlemen. I will catch you guys in another 2 weeks for the Countdown to Vindication, part number 3.
Retribution! Oh yeah, we want retribution! Oh yeah, we want retribution! Oh yeah, we want retribution!